Welcome to tonight's meeting, August 3rd, 7:30, and we're going to stand for the pledge in a moment of silence, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to start this evening with a public hearing. Do you want to read the notice?
A public hearing is being held to entertain public comments on an application of a New York State DOT 5310 grant application seeking to purchase and utilize new buses in order to accommodate all elderly and disabled residents of the town. The public notice was printed in the Times Herald Record on July 26, 2017.
Okay, so does anybody in row 2 have any comments they'd like to make? Anybody in row 3?
Somebody's getting feedback on it.
Anybody in the back of the room? All right, anybody at all? Okay, not having anybody wanting to make comments, I'm asking the board for a motion to close the public hearing.
Make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, and just for the record, I want to say that Mike Essick is unable to attend due to a close friend who had a death in the family. Administrative business tonight. I need a motion and a second to accept the minutes held on July 20th.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
You want to
Aye.
see if Alan wants to leave, or-
Al, was there anything you wanted to add? I'm sorry, before I go on.
Only if you want explanation for the village.
Does the board want a little explanation about what,
You're applying for a bus.
it's applying for a grant for a bus for the community? So we're good with that? So if you want to go, you're welcome to. If you want to stay, that's good too. Okay.
I think we'll be done in 5 minutes.
Somebody's, oh, there you go.
My Wi-Fi, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay.
All right, we have a budget modification next. Des?
There are two this evening. One of them I sent to you this afternoon.
Yep.
The first is to approve a modification to the budget of the library by decreasing L 7410.100 personnel service by $1,300 and increasing L 7410.200 equipment by $1,300.
May I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And the second one is to approve a modification to the budget of the animal control by increasing A 2706 ACO donations by $2,170 and increasing A 3510.400 ACO contractual expenses by $2,170.
May I have a motion and a second?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we have an abstract.
This is we have two this evening. The first is revised abstract 13 by voiding voucher 2017-1295, check number 17913 in the amount of $2,954.76. This reduces the abstract's total to be $113,679.42.
May I have
Make the
a,
motion.
may I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the new abstract for this evening is abstract 14, containing vouchers 2017-1284 through 2017-1294 and 2017-1296 through 2017-1391, totaling $499,986.55.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we also have a resignation of a part-time library clerk. Just looking, it's Sandra Soto. So may I have a motion and a second to accept that?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
That would be effective
Oh, I'm
August
sorry.
12th.
Yes,
Yes.
August 12th. Thank you.
I
Did we
made the
vote?
second.
Second,
Yes.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And we're looking to appoint and reinstate a full-time assessor's clerk. So,
I'll make that motion.
okay, may I have a second?
Second.
This would be effective August 21st, and she would come in at the UPSI grade of 3B at $17.96 an hour. All
And
those
you
in
probably
favor?
should state her name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Melinda McCabe.
Thank you.
Is that how you say it?
That would be how you say it.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Old business. So we've talked about this before. Lakeland Bank finally qualified getting the paperwork to us. And at this point, we made a motion last meeting to accept their paperwork and have it signed. Now we're making a motion to move some of our monies as a depository using Lakeland Bank. So can I have a motion and
I'll
a
make that
second?
motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have an extra item. So we were contacted recently, earlier this week actually, by another filming company who wants to do some filming, and they asked us if we had a schedule, a fee schedule. We checked the law, and we never completed a fee schedule. So at this point, what I'm recommending is that for a nonprofit organization, we would charge them $200 per day, and for a profit entity, we would charge them $500 per day, and that's only if they're going to use town property. And the reason is the village has its own filming law, which charges them additional fees for filming in Woodbury at all. So if the board is comfortable with these numbers, or we can open it for discussion, but how about a first and a second, and then we can discuss it if you'd
I'll
like.
make that motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
All right, would anybody like to discuss this?
Just a quick question. So I know in the past, we also spoke about a fee, but then plus potentially the cost of the police department as well, if they need it.
Correct. That's actually in our law, where they
Okay.
would have to make us whole for any and all services that we provided. This is an additional fee just to
Gotcha.
use any of our properties.
So this would be
meaning
on the
town.
schedule of fees that we have in, with all the other fees in town?
Right, because this is a set
Yes.
fee. The
Yep.
other would be an escrow account, and that's what your law provides for them to
Okay.
post an escrow, and we can't set that because we don't know what it is at the time.
Gotcha. Yep, makes sense.
Okay. Any other discussion about this?
I'm in favor of it.
Everybody's good with
No
the
problem.
numbers?
No
Yep.
problem.
Okay, so we have a motion, and we have a second. All
It's
those
500 and 200, right?
200 for nonprofit, 500 for any other entity.
Okay.
Okay? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Do you need a roll call for that because it's a fee?
No, you're just amending your fee.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fee schedule, so we could change it at any point in time if we choose as well.
Right.
Okay, so I guess we'll go out to the public. There was no new business that I'm aware of tonight. So anybody in row 2, like any comments? Any- Anybody in row 3? Anybody in the back? Maria, anything? Comment, public comment?
We had a planning board meeting last night, and we had 2 applicants before us, but the gardens at the Harriman Station, the planning board adopted the draft scoping document, so that means the applicant now has to work on the DEIS, which is a draft environmental impact statement. Once they complete that and present it to the board, and we deem it complete and appropriate, then it'll be made public within the village hall, town hall, libraries, and wherever else. Desiree, I forget where where they place them.
Libraries, town hall, village hall.
Website.
It may be on the website, depending on whether
Right.
we can get that volume on there.
Right,
But it has to be in those public places, town hall, village hall, and both libraries.
And-
Although the one library will be closed for a while, so.
Yeah, and I spoke with the applicant's engineer. They will reach out to the building department and see how it's best to put it so that people who can't get to these locations, they can go online. We're not sure if they're going to do a Google site or another location. So, and once we get that and it's deemed complete, we will then set a public hearing. And then that's when people and entities can come to the planning board meeting and make their comments known.
And they would comment specifically on the DEIS, correct?
Correct.
Did
Okay.
you say DEIS or DGEIS?
DEIS, Draft Environmental Impact Statement. I know, I spoke to.
No, I want to make sure, because I know there's also a DGEIS. I want
Yeah.
to get the right one.
Okay.
Okay,
Anything else?
that's it.
All right, so let's go to the board. Bob?
I'd just like to thank the Woodbury Ambulance Corps for the blood drive they sponsored last Sunday.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get there, but I hope they had, I'm sure they did well, because it looked like it was busy.
47 pints, which is significant. That's really good. So thank you to the people of Woodbury. Appreciate that. Tim? Nothing? Frank?
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate our chief, Watson, for getting a $2,000 grant for the child safety, the seats, and we started that just a couple of years ago, and it's been a great program, and I know I've used it, and that money goes towards purchasing, if I'm not mistaken, car seats, so that we can give them. So it's a great project, and I want to thank the chief for securing that for us.
Okay, I agree. Des?
No, thank you.
Okay, so I just have a few things. One, I was in forgetting to thank Joe and Fran at their last meeting and their staff for all the great things and activities they've done at the reservoir and the park this summer. They're really keeping things busy. At the res, we're soon going to have horseshoes, and we're going to have can jam for the kids. So it'll be fun. Then there's a beanbag toss game that we're setting up on a permanent basis as well. Additionally, we had Kids Day, and we had a lot of fun with that. We had the ambulance corps, the fire department, police department all attend. We had an adult night already, and we also have Zumba up there, and even Tai Chi as well, which my family, my wife and daughter, have attended. In addition to that, in August, there's a calendar of events that's going to be here on the desk. We'll post some in Town Hall so that there's a lot of activities coming up. It'll be on Joey's website as well. And other than that, I think summer has gone well. Everything is moving along slowly. The parks seem to be getting used really well, which is what it's about, getting your families out there. We have some inclement weather. I know this may not be posted in time, coming this Saturday, which is a big event. And unfortunately, because of the bad weather predicted, we're going to cancel this Saturday's event. And Joey will reschedule it as early as convenience. But it was quite an expense for us to lay out the money and hope that we didn't get thunderstorms. Other than that, I think that's it, and I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Have a good
Aye.
night. Thank you.